Okay, this morning I'm listening to Alfred Schnittke's Second Piano Sonata, which I actually played in my undergrad. I think I might have been in my third or fourth year. I played the first movement of it. It's two movements, I believe. This was the score I had. I think I bought it here in Winnipeg at a music store during a winter break or something. Um, this is the email correspondence I had to request to play it from score without memorizing it on my jury, and they let me, but I had to bring that just in case they didn't know. I guess he wrote this in 1990, and Schnittke was born in 1934. This was pretty close to when he passed away, I think. And it's for Irina. I might have to look up who that is. You can see I've kind of scribbled in some like theme one, theme or theme A prime, theme A double prime, etc. And yeah, there's a little bit of aleatory in the last movement. Okay, I lied. There is a third movement. Let's just take a glance at it here. I remember this being really unidiomatic for the piano. I found it really hard to just reach certain intervals, like when you have three part writing. So some things like just never became comfortable. The first theme in the first movement is like this. So yeah, it's sort of like written in 4/4 with these groups of eighth notes that cross the bar line very frequently. So beat one is displaced pretty often. Yeah, if I can find like this sort of stuff is very hard. You know, you have this very slight voice crossing, so bringing out the voices can be tough. Oh yeah, I remember this. That the cluster was kind of fun. Um, this triplet idea comes in partway through, and sort of becomes a main player in the first movement. I think there's also this massive cluster towards the end of it. I don't even think I made it that far in my jury, but you can see we just come back to this theme at the very end. If I can find the notes here. Oh, it should be an octave up the whole time. So this is the sort of chord you get at the end here. Yeah, so that was the one I really got to know well. I got a little bit into the second movement, if I recall, but it's easier. So my piano teacher wasn't super interested in me learning this one. It's got this nice little like very Schnittke kind of phrase that just kind of repeats a little bit lower. You get the idea. Second movement is slow, easier to play, short. I have some notes in here, so I definitely did learn this one too. I don't think I had to play it on my jury, but then the third one I don't know as well. But it ends with this cool low dyad here. We're triple fortissimo. This whole page is triple fortissimo until this last chord here. That's pretty sweet. So yeah, you get the idea. It's very Schnittke, but it's more like late Schnittke. So it's maybe the references to tonal music are a little bit less clear. There's no real quotation. It's just sort of like tonal-ish sounding themes that are in this very dense chromatic text that is more reminiscent of maybe Schoenberg. Was it really? I guess it was $9.99. It looks like it says $59.99. I hope it wasn't that expensive when I bought it. Holy crap. So yeah, I'm gonna listen to it and take a trip down memory lane here. I highly encourage you to listen to the same recording, which is in the video description. And I'll let you know my thoughts here, like 20 years later, or, well, not that, 15 years later or 10 years later or whatever. I would have played this in 2014 or something. So it's been a long time, you know. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so it's nice to get to listen to like a whole sonata. We've been doing at least 40 videos in the piano series so far, and none of them have been piano sonatas, so it's really nice to just hear a multi-movement work that kind of ticks all the boxes, with the slow second movement and the rousing third movement. And I think the third movement was my favorite out of the three, even though I'm less familiar with it. It's just obviously got all the best, like the improvisation stuff, the clustery stuff leading into it, and the ending. This like slow melody that comes into play here, which is sort of reminiscent of the melody in the second movement. It's the same rhythm and 4-part harmony idea. And yeah, it's like definitely more what you expect out of a Schnittke piece and want out of a Schnittke piece, in my opinion. Whereas the first couple of movements are a little bit more like his late style, a little bit more serious and smooth. This type of stuff, that's the stuff I'm talking about, where I had to write in all these fingerings. So brutal and difficult to play and just uncomfortable. But the pianist in this recording did a great job. I could really tell it was like they really knew what to bring out. And I think that's sort of the hardest part about some of this stuff is like my ear was not mature enough at the time to actually do any of this. My teacher was kind of just telling me what to do every week, and I was just like following orders, you know. But yeah, if you want to play some Schnittke or program some Schnittke, I think the second piano sonata is really, really good. I should mention the performer in this recording is the dedicatee of this piece and the person who premiered it. I believe she's Schnittke's sister or something. So, yeah, it's kind of nice in that way too. It has this little bit of history to it. And she really knows how to interpret his music. I guess I had no idea what I was doing because, like, I wouldn't have thought to play any of this in that way, and probably still wouldn't today. So it goes to show what a big difference interpretation can make. And I think it's not super durable music. I think you really need to know what to bring out, how to play it, in order to make it sound good. Like even I've only heard a couple pieces by Schnittke live, like his violin piano duo and his like I think his second it would have been a second violin sonata, right? And then I've also heard his viola concerto, and neither of them really met my expectations from hearing other interpretations, like recordings. Um, so I do think that it is like really difficult to interpret and also have an original take on kind of thing. Um, Next, we're going to be looking at another Russian composer, Sergei Zanyi. I have three piano pieces of his that were all written around 1989, 1990. So that's what's next. And being written around the same time as Schnittke is writing this stuff. Um, so yeah, it was not a short time ago. The 90s is like 30 years ago now. So these pieces are older than me, and we're getting back there. So into the 20th century.